Oh man, well I can take that story back a little bit. The brief story of this is I was actually a psychologist for a couple of years, and wrote a bunch of books. The Cognitive Rampage. We have a podcast out called The Cognitive Rampage, and the more I got into healing people, the best I could with mental health and trying to help people, I realized laughter really is the best medicine, man. So I started comedy about 2 years ago myself, and I knew I was going to open up a comedy club. I knew I was going to do that. I didn't tell anybody else I was going to do that. So I got to know the scene a little bit. Who's nice, who's an ass, right? Who's mean. Kind of just learning people, but learning really what the grind is about. Before I opened a comedy club, I wanted to know it from the inside out. So I spent 2 years just doing comedy. And let me tell you, man, I know no tougher job on earth than being a comedian. Other than like, fishing for crabs or drilling for oil, those things you die doing. But I know no tougher job, man. And so for us, we wanted to open up the Mellow Monkey Comedy Club, but take it back to the old days of like the old New York clubs, the old Boston clubs, right, where it's this real intimate feel, you're real tight and close. We wanted to give that. We knew that image. And we also wanted to give people that may not have a shot right away to be in front of a comedy crowd to do comedy. Because, let's face it, if you're an open micer and you're doing comedy in front of comics, that's a rough room, right? And then maybe every once in a while you get to be on a show somewhere at a bar that's doing comedy randomly once a month, right? There's a difference between that and a comedy club crowd. And so I met a lot of open micers that were funny, man. They had good stuff. But maybe they didn't shake the right hands, right? Kiss the right babies, so they don't get put on a lot of shows. And so we also want to give that opportunity for those that are trying to come up and be in front of a comedy crowd to do that, mix the intimate feel, but also put on great comedy shows. And I'm an Orlando native, so I'm born and raised in this city, man, all the way in Central Florida. I've seen it grow from nothing. I'm born in Pine Hills. And I wanted to do the best we could to help Orlando comics blow up and give them a room to do that. Yeah, the first show was great. What we ended up doing is we threw a tester show on November 8th just to see what it would be like. And the legend, Genesis, headlined that show. And he killed. He killed. We packed the house. We couldn't fit in here. So then we were like, all right, let's do one more tester show in December. Then we threw a December 6th show, and David Jolly, who's well known here, came up and headlined that night, and he crushed. We packed the room again, and we had planned for January 3rd to be the grand opening. And after those 2 nights crushed, we were like, on December 7th, the day after, we said, okay, let's plan all of Friday. Now, all Fridays in December. Let's do that just immediately right away. So I went on a booking spree as fast as I could to try to get some of the best comics on short notice to come do the rest of the Fridays in December. And great comedians like Ali Flores, Big Tim Murphy, some of those people, man, they stepped up and they headlined and they killed all of the Fridays in December, and then came to our grand opening January 3rd, quotes grand opening. And one of my favorite comics we had booked for that already was Marcus Crespo. And we've been lucky enough, man, that we've been very welcomed in Sanford. And the fans that come out, the regulars that are here, and all the comics that have been willing to do the show, we've been packing it out, man. It's been great. We do jazz on Thursdays before the open mic, right? So Carolyn Harding, an Orlando legend jazz singer, has been not doing music for about 3 years. And then we spoke, and she's like, okay, I'm going to get back in and do it. I love all types of music, but I love jazz, funk, soul mix music, and I didn't see that in downtown historic district. It just wasn't here, and that's where Carolyn came in. I was like, I know you can do it. And so on Thursdays before the open mic, it gets a little funky in here, and that pushed us to do that. I'm a huge fan, huge Chet Baker fan, by the way. MellowMonkeyComedy.com, Mellow Monkey Comedy on Facebook, Mellow Monkey Comedy, everything on Instagram is there. If you want to book the shows, you just find us on Facebook there or from the website. You can book any of the upcoming shows. We got some crazy shows coming up. The Valentine's Day show is called the Lady Killer Show. It's 12 ladies of comedy. So 12 ladies all night. And Party With You, Alex Yu is somebody I love very much. He's one of the best comics in Orlando. He's got a huge, weird show that we're doing. We have DJs, freestylers, we have UFC fighters here. That's on February 7th and 8th. So February 8th, we're going to end up doing that UFC special. So a lot of funky shows we're doing, and Anna Liebwe and her people did a comedians doing a drag show here tonight. They killed it. It was great. So doing all kinds of different shows like that, man. You can find any of those shows there. Just really looking forward to it. And something I love to say is, as a comedy club owner, I say this all the time, is we are nothing without comics. So it takes the comics and the clubs working together with the crowd to build something. And I'm not one of those club owners that are like, hey, we're the club, we're the comic, right? We need them. So without the comics, man, we couldn't do this. We'd be nothing. Believe it or not, that's mapped out. So, all right, we'll break a little news just with you, right? We played this close to the chest, but we're looking to open up 4 total venues in Central Florida over the next 2 years. So I won't say where, but in June will be the second one opening up, and then every 6 months after that until we have at least 4 in this Central Florida area. And maybe we branch to Tampa, Jacksonville, South Florida, and keep it going. So it won't just be the one club either. And for those watching, in February, we do become a full-on oyster bar. So we're a comedy club and an oyster bar. The oyster bar's in the back. We'll have a full menu by then, too, on top of that. You know, when we showed up to Sanford, we said, what don't they have? Comedy, no. Jazz, no. Oysters, no. Okay, let's do that. So now we're Mellow Monkey, Oyster Bar, Comedy Club, and do a little funky jazz, man, hence the Mellow part. But look, it's rough out there for a lot of people, right? I mean, the majority of us are just trying to get through the week, right? Pay the bills, survive. And I think sometimes as human beings, man, in this country, we get so hung up on just trying to survive that we forget how to groove, how to be fun, how to laugh, how to have a good time. You gotta remind yourself, you work your butt off, man. So, you know, reward yourself for that. And what we try to do is we're cognizant of that. So when people are coming here, spending their hard-earned money at the Mellow Monkey Comedy Club here, or whether it's to hear Carolyn Harding jazz, whatever it is we're doing here, I mean, we know that. And so the dollars you're spending here, we want you to walk out of here and go, wow, that was fun. That was a party. It was love was in the building, right? Because I think laughter and love come so close together. You know what I mean? So that's probably the takeaway we want. My name's Adam Lowery, man. I'm one of the owners of the Mellow Monkey Comedy Club, soon to be Comedy Club chain. I'm also a podcast host, too. You can look up the Cognitive Rampage. We're number 10 in alternative health on iTunes. Been doing that for about 7 years. You can also find the book on iTunes, or on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. But it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and you said it was Cutie Pie? That's cool as hell, man. I like that. So big shout out to Cutie Pie for coming here, man, helping Anna with the show too, and doing this interview, and all the things that you do to help small businesses, and Lord knows the comedians need all the help they can get to try to get their stuff and names out there. So you're in the same boat we are, man, and trying to help everybody else out. That's the way to go.